Alright, focus. Focus is something that I've been thinking a lot about lately. Against unlimited options to succeed, how do we choose to allocate our most limited resource, which is time? We do this by prioritizing what is important and what needs to be done in order to push the needle of progress forward. One way I'm prioritizing is by establishing one clear product for one clear customer with one clear marketing channel. Without priorities or a goal, you're basically like a chicken with its head cut off. You might get a lot of work done, but you won't necessarily be moving forward. A lot of people can confuse motion with action. Motion could be you just going around in the same place. Action is actually you striving towards your goal. I'm implementing this by focusing on selling to the richest types of people in my niche. This is because if you sell to rich people, you can charge rich people prices. And my niche is not that rich, but I'm still following that concept. It's the coaches, the influencers, and the federations/meet directors who are the richest types of people in my niche. And on this product, I'm going to solely focus on marketing it towards federations and meet directors. From this point on, features will be implemented with the context of meet directors/federations are going to be the ones to adopt this. And everything else is a second-class citizen. Honestly, this weekend was kind of uneventful in terms of work. I owe myself 6 hours worth of work, which I couldn't get done Saturday. Hopefully, I'll be able to spread it out throughout the week, so it'll be okay. Today, however, we got a lot of things done. I mentioned a few videos ago how we were hard stuck on implementing the lifting database. I was stuck on trying to find the perfect SQL statement to encapsulate all the data that I needed in one statement. Focusing on trying to create this perfect SQL statement wasted about 6 to 8 hours of the previous work week, and including today. But today, I gave it another shot to try and formulate that SQL statement. Realizing that it was impossible and the main goal is to focus on getting an MVP out, I decided to pivot and implement the feature in a combination of both SQL and JavaScript. I think the solution was pretty awesome and it works, so I just don't know how it'll hold up to scale, but that's later me's problem because right now, as I mentioned, we're just focusing on getting the MVP out. So let's go look at it. So if we go into the lifter database, what it does is it queries all the lifters' totals, and for each lifter finds their highest total and queries the meet information for it. So, and it displays it nicely here. You're able to click this to go to the specific lifter's history, and you're able to click this in order to go to the specific meet. Eventually, I want to be able to filter by the equippedness, the weight class, and the division, but that'll be later's problem. I'm just happy that I was actually able to implement the lifting database because for a minute it seemed kind of impossible. Another thing that we got done is I was able to vectorize the IPF rulebook. So there's two main federations. It's the USAPL and the IPF. Originally, I just vectorized the USAPL rulebook, but since I got a lot of stuff done, I was able to vectorize the IPF handbook as well. If I do something like, what book are you? That shows it's querying the USAPL because it's selected up here. Then when I go to IPF, copy paste the same thing, it switches to IPF. So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. One thing I need to fix is that these two buttons show up when the user's logged out. So I need to close that off with auth. Another thing I need to implement is put the other rulebook on this button because right now it's only the USAPL rulebook. So I need to put the IPF rulebook in it and make sure that it's switched on the context change. I've also been thinking about how to paywall these features. I think initially I'm going to do 3 free queries per week. But if you pay $5 a month, you'll be able to do unlimited queries. Let's just say a meet purchases the software to run. The meet will have a special code so that all their audience and lifters can have it unlimited for that day. I'm kind of excited to implement this feature because I'll get more in tune with how Stripe integrates into a product using both Stripe and the Stripe webhooks to interact with the app. So I think that's going to be really cool to implement. This week's main focuses are to get the meet running logic down, paywalling the AI, and get the ability for the meet director to create a meet, link their bank account, and be able to collect payments from prospective meet registrants. The meet running logic is one I'm scared of the most because it seems pretty complex, but hopefully it'll be done by Wednesday. Also, I'm going to try and push my Workday more early in the day. I'm kind of sick of working like super late into the night. So I'm going to try and wake up at 8 to 9 tomorrow. It's currently like 1. I still have to edit and then I have to do the dishes and then still sleep and do all of that. So we'll see how it goes, but I'm going to eventually like push it little by little so that I start waking up at like 6. And eventually I want to start waking up at 5, but we'll see how it goes. And I think I can only like function highly on 8 hours of sleep, so I have to make sure to plan out for those 8 hours. If you liked the video, drop a like down below and consider subscribing. I have a lot of cool things planned for both the programming and the business side of this. I plan to start reaching out to meet directors / federations this weekend. So hopefully we get all the features that we need done so that we'll be able to start reaching out this weekend. That's all for me. See you in the next one.